this final game of the group as we have a fast B approach on this T side. They are running rife into the B site, blinded by utility from NaVi. The nades are coming in, the shots are connecting, and the molly even burns out Bit from the back of the bomb site. Nip with a pistol locked in.
Yeah, there's not really much for NaVi to do here. This is just going to be a save. Samdayong was even dinked earlier on. And so with him at 10 HP, you've got no reason to go anywhere near this B-bomb site. That's a lovely little pistol pickup there for Nip. Fast up through the banana. Hampus and Rez right at the forefront of that. They're now going to lock in a pistol. Now, I will say, there's some kind of weirdness here around this matchup, because I think you can definitely make the argument that Nip, they've just played flat out bad throughout the majority of the group, really. Like, by their standards, only win they've been able to field was obviously the endpoint guys.
So back on the porch side, holding. Amper's going to get the motor smoking, but likely will be lobbing flashes at the same time. Electronic does activate, but now no one's watching the apps play. Samdayong turns around, not the best position for this fight. He's going to have to drop off. Electronic clears a man out of middle, but they will find Samdayong, and smoked out is simple. It's going to have to be a retake for NaVi.
Yeah, Bit's still over at the B site. He's very, very far removed here with this MAC-10. So going to take a while to move him over. Until that happens, you would love a pick out of this AWP. Oh, there was the chance. Simple. Just sends that one past and boost up again. And this time Rez is found. That re-smoke at Moto is problematic. NaVi don't want to wait for it. They're going to try and get up the short side. Hampus lies in wait in the boiler room. That's a lot of damage onto Simple. Might not be the kill, but he's just playing the timing game right now. He knows that if they don't die, if they don't give this one up, the NaVi cannot win it. And even though you're finding a bunch of kills here right as the time runs out, it's not the round. NIP up on a 5.
But we all know what blind shots look like. They can come through, certainly. Simple wasn't scoped, however. Goes back for it. Easily done. Brolin gone. Eats a nade, but well worth. Maybe more. Simple can't find it. Just take the 5-on-4 and chill out.
Oh, the legs. He's just left it. But this might work out for Samdayong. Oh, going back in. Back into that angle, but that's the bomb now dropped out of the apartments. You need these openers. You've got to contain this bomb if you're NIP. And they wrestle with Bit. The molly's even going to find him after the death of Plopsky. But it does now fall onto Hampus in this 1v2. They saw him at Banana. They know he was squad. So, you know, we've got all these pieces stepping up. Terrifying to think that someone like Brolin, I don't even think is fully activated yet, and he's been one of the players for Nip, even while they were struggling earlier on in the group. They still look good. This round, though, very back and forth from the get-go. Right, we had 2 attempts at getting stuck in early for NaVi, and they've worked with a kind of mixed bag of results. 1 for 1 is all they've been able to muster. That's not the end of the world, but it does now mean that Perfecto needs to stay alive here at B. 1, and then getting out of there would be ideal. Now setting up to kind of play retake, play around the idea of holding this bomb site down. Getting wrapped, Perfecto's ready for it. It all came down to just one man, really, and Perfecto's played it to perfection.
Who's in the name? I love the fact that he's given up the site here and just let the plant come in. Popsky playing with fire. As that smoke dissipates, now they can play together with a good flash. He's seen him. Popsky's not got much cover. He's got to get behind something. Oh, he's looking for fights and no bullets connecting in that 1v3. It's Electronic to end it. A nice try, a big plant to keep Nip's money above water. But for NIP, Rez playing it recently. It's a lovely run boost pick for Simple, finding what is typically the T-side AWPer for NIP in S-Attack. That being said, yeah, the game where Rez runs the AWP, he looks sick. He gets a lot of clicks off with the easy gun, and they win their first match. And on top of that, S-Tag is a very capable rifler. So it's certainly not a bad change. It's something that Hampus said, we'll see what happens. You know, we don't know whether we're going to be running this at the RMR. It's an uncertain future for Nip. But at least for a map like Inferno, you aren't required to run a T-side AWP on it. So absolutely no stress in playing it like this. Man down now, though, and util ready for this B hit. If Nip try and commit, they're going to be meeting a wall of utility.
Yeah, they've done their kind of like first probe of this B site, trying to scare some util out of NaVi. But there's still a pretty healthy amount left here. Even with that re-smoke going in from Perfecto, there's another Molotov dropped at CT. Ambit's got one as well, but there's no time for these mollies to go in. Nip have just come straight through this smoke up at the top of Banana, trying to fight for the site control here and now. Electronic playing around the CT smoke. There's a gap here that Rez is attempting to look through, and he will win that engagement, but the bomb dropped by Bit. That was not who was meant to drop it, but a bit of smoke spam's gone a long way for him here. And now Rez dead to the man at the cop. Doesn't have to be the commitment, but they have lent away from Banana, so it is feeling like they're kind of all in on the idea about this being A. 40 seconds as now they turn their attention to the long side. That smoke to give the illusion that they might take CT. And who knows, with them not getting 4, maybe there is temptation to take CT. Electronic starts to get aggressive again. Will strike one off the tally over at Arch. Young's in Pit. His famed position here, Pit King. Young dancing around this smoke and molly combo, hides in it, and is able to win that. Could even stop the bomb plant. Doesn't go for the spam. Hampus in the power position. Deep at long, over on Arch. He's dealt with the first, but the trade is immediate. Now just S-Tag, the last guy remaining, plants the bomb. Now he's got to defend it, and it's looking good, but he wasn't ready for Bit, wasn't ready for the third guy coming up long. Expected him to be short. They knew that he was Banana earlier on with that SMG.
Exactly. And as NaVi are poised for an execute.
Looking like they want to try and just go for the all-in B play, right? They've got the utility to make this happen. Coffins and CT both blocked off. Nade underhanded by S-Tag, but it's about 30 years too soon. And, well, they're walking in the shadow of a nade. Unperturbed by it. Plopsky back at the site now gets this spot. He realizes it's a far worse situation than he first realized. All alone now, 2 bullets left in this USP, and he will get dropped out of the round. These 3 players for NaVi trying their damnedest to make the pistol round happen. Things are looking up with Perfecto plugging in the numbers. He's gonna get out of there. And now NaVi all talk, looking to play around this bomb. They do lose 2 in the blink of an eye, though, and Electronic's now going to do it alone. Back at the site, bomb out in the open, and he does tap Rez away. Just Hampus, it's the clash of these IGLs. And Electronic with this swing tries to seal the deal. Enough time to get the reload off, but Hampus is wrapping him wide, whittling him down, and then knocking him out of the round. It's NIP on a 12.
That's unbelievable. It was
Triple B out of the gate. That makes this peak from Rez super ballsy, but he did actually land that tag. Bloody hell.
Very fast.
I found myself even doubting if he did, but he did. Plopsky is in the danger zone of Simple's AWP. And instead it's going to be Perfecto to beat them to it. Set up by Hampus's flash. That was meant to be an attempt to kind of re-aggro and fight a bit for top Banana. 1-for-1 there. Not ideal, but also not the worst possible outcome. You're happy that you were able to trade that opener that Perfecto went and nabbed. Now NaVi falling back over here towards A, taking the apartments. Looking like they want to go for a bit of an apps pop. Brolin is in a good place to try and counter this. He's got a full belt of utility as well, and he's only just started to lob this in. They've got to go through it. Only good for one is Brolin. This AWP on Rez strikes back, and we'll find the 3v2. Simple now dropping that bomb for Electronic to plant. He knows he's got to have a big moment here. You can tell in these kind of situations. He's putting it on himself to step up with the AWP. He's made it down into the pit, so let's see if he can. 10 and 15. It's not awful, but it's not simple. Numbers!
Bye-bye.
And it's not going to get any...
Let's see if they can keep it going. CT Mirage, good place to be. NaVi dueling out mid.
Yeah, shots getting exchanged here. You can see that they've been able to kind of trade this one even. NaVi come looking for real estate, but even though they've got middle, falling into this 4-on-4, there is a chance that they could meet up with S-Tag once again, as he is looking to push and prod the catwalk. They know about him. I know he was here, but nothing's been offered up. NaVi sat pretty with mid under their belts. They're more than content with it. Now where do they want to end up?
Creeping, crawling back to B, perhaps. Sunday Young lobbing a flash in A. This is all a fake out. The Nip aren't falling for 3 strong on this B site. They've seen a man, and that's only going to keep the stack here as well. NaVi don't really have much of a choice. They're running amok. They're committing right through the apartments. Oh, headshot is nice, but the bomb's been dropped from Plopsky, sitting behind the car. He's already got 2 to his name. And now, running out of time, is Electronic in the site. 2 kills already, but his teammate is not going to be here to party. Electronic has got to do it all solo right now. He will cross for a second. Rez fighting, finishes the job. And it's only Sunday Young and a 1-on-3. No time, simply. Even if he gets 2 kills, this round is all Nips, folks.
Yeah, physically isn't time, and oh no, Sunday Young even gonna die. Playing it safe from CT. Over here in mid, Electronic is the man to get the ball rolling. Oh, in a very big way. They can't stop him now. He's picking up pace. Simple winning fights as well. And hang on a moment, we've been transported back a year or 2 here. This round was all Electronic and Simple from the get-go. Electronic goes on a tear through mid. His is kind of infinitely more impressive, but Simple still nails the 1 shot he was given. That's forced a save out of NIP immediately. The round just started. It just started. We were building this up. Oh, they got rifles finally. Is this where it turns around? No, it's not where it turns around. Electronic just too good.
Yeah, he's really good at finding gaps on T sides, right? And one of them that we have seen often in the Mirage games for NaVi has just been running up short, getting into ladder, getting B splits, unearthing A stacks as well. Something he was doing in both the Vitality and Fnatic game on this map. So great to see from Electronic, fresh to the
NIP on the cross. But they've never ran anyone, you know, vulnerable to that ramp fight. Smoke now fades, and Simple's holding while his teammates are starting to filter out past him. S-Tag, they are coming your way, bud. Full flashed and trapped at default. Sunday Young's gonna run him down. Brolin looking for an angle up over the bench.
Wow.
Oh, it's good for Brolin. Dropping the bomb, still a threat, still a nuisance, but finally flushed out by Perfecto. And now that bomb gets away from NaVi. They need to try and contain this. They've got to try and regain a bit of control here, but with Sunday Young tagged up and no util to nullify any of these angles, it's going to be tricky. They're going to have to fight their way through it.
Oh, that's one way to do it. Second quick shot from Rez. Perfecto tries to fight that open spawn. The nade is going to be good, but Rez hits this shot.
Oh, I don't even like knowing where he is, man. It's fine. Look, Brolin over here looking over the con smoke bits right there. Right on the other side of it. Brolin didn't see him. They've got really close to con. This is kind of an invitation to split A. Like, you've got all this respect in middle. No one's challenging them from cat. S-Tag's dead immediately from connector, of course. Brolin's like, sorry, I wasn't watching it, and now here they are. Electronic gonna find that point man up at the top of con. Rez, in a lot of these rounds, he's been relegated to save because he has to think about the money. At least it's round 15, so Rez is here fighting till the very end. That could be something because he has... Oh, no! Simple up and into the fight. Good for 2. It's left to Hampus in the 1v5.
And it's not gonna last long. Right? Every round just running amok and disrespecting Nip's defense. We'll see how the offense looks now for the NIP side as they just scrim out of ramp with a flash, or a smoke rather, over con. Well, they're gone. Sunday Young hits 2 in the head and even sees a 3rd as well. Rez shot through smoke in Palace. It's not getting any easier here for Nip.
Hampus has been spotted. Glock v USP at range. S-Tag does win one of these A fights, but that's the bomb getting away from NIP now and leaving Hampus in a really dire spot. He's going to try and walk down mid, but he's being held from pretty much everywhere, and Simple's got it locked in with the lower tunnels wall. So there's that part in his brain that goes, well, I don't want to die stupidly to a flank right now.
They also realize they're not getting any contact. Like, the AK's here, but it's not fighting. Why isn't it fighting? Where is that second player?
Yes, that's true.
Think about how many flanks that NaVi have pulled out of the CT side with Young pushing ramp, flanking B. All these flanks have come in. Simple pushing A early in the half. Yeah, crazy round. And Nip now have to get past the rifles to find double digits. But I can't say I'm not believing in the possibility, because Nip have woken back up again in this T side. Not where we expected to see them.
NaVi now need the win as well. There were worlds in which NaVi still could have gone through, even with losing this series, but it hinged on that Vitality matchup going 3 maps for that to happen. That hasn't happened. Vitality won it 2-0, and so now NaVi need this victory if they want to make it into the top 3 here of their group. Oh, that's a big kill for Perfecto. Hampus doing all he can to pull this one back. Perfecto still a threat inside of the site. Hoping he can buy time. Young is moving in, is moving over. Perfecto will not concede control of B. Plopsky in the clutch. That molly forces a swing, but Perfecto makes it look easy.
That's back to B for NaVi.
Dude, Hampus has been sat here waiting the whole time. It's like prop hunt. Right? He's just waiting at the little sewer tunnel.
Ooh. Do they clear it?
Yes, they're looking right at him, but still, he's going to win that first engagement. They need to go and deal with Hampus, and they will try to do that now. Perfecto drive-bys him. S-tag inside of the B site, wins that first, but there's more where that came from, right around the corner. They do run him down, and NaVi somehow finding a way into the B site. A way to get this bomb planted. That's a bit of extra money at least, but Bit still staring down the barrel of a very rough 1v3. Trapped in at default, trapped on the bomb. Brolin, how have you gotten out of there? How are you still alive? 25 HP and a man up. NIP will take that one all damn day. This is the part of the round where everyone's just kind of spamming, hoping, praying that one of these connects. Ooh. Ooh, and sometimes they trick you. Sometimes you think, like, maybe they will. Maybe they will. Everyone just got hit for 9. Maybe they will. But then they don't. They'll re-smoking at Monster just to slow down a B play. Electronic is on the other side of it. And where we see a smoke, he sees opportunity. He's going to get flashed through here. And sent in to the waiting guns. Plopsky dispatches of him with ease, doesn't even break a sweat in that one. But Bit pulling up with a big double opener.
That's going to leave a mark. Spray headshot. Painful. As NaVi enter the B-bomb site, Hampus could lob a nade onto default, but it won't stop the bomb from going down, and they even try and hunt. Ooh, that's left them down a man now. Heaven smoke non-existent. Bit moves off the plant to fight it instead, and he finds Brolin. Still another man pushed up. Bit has found 4 headshots in this round, and he's looking for the ace. Now he needs it. Rez coming in off the bridge. Bit doesn't want a full flank, goes back to Monster. Rez doesn't even know. He thinks he's still in the bomb site. A lot of angles to clear now. Bit's holding very high. Rez's headshot will come below, but Bit flicks back, but not in time, and he's won the round anyway. 4 kills from Bit, 4 headshots, and 4 rounds. They didn't want Nip to know how deep they've gotten. 2 players all the way up long. Yeah, it came at a cost, but the benefit, it's there. If they start sneaking now, they will be right behind Nip. Knives out. They know just how much they pulled the wall over Nip's eyes. This is such a heads-up call for Electronic. As long as his teammates don't die, Nip have already lost the round.
Yeah, they're getting flanked on, dude. Like, Brolin's just... just gonna get tapped in the back.
Still Rez
He's
here.
knocked out. Rez still fighting, but now Pinson, he's got to do something big. Simple gets rid of him. Tiny little pixel angle for that AWP. Hampus already rotating up, but he's in the thick of it alone right now. His teammates slowly leaving that B site. For the time being, Hampus might need to be the hero. Out through the bank side of things, walking out towards the bomb site. Electronic just playing at the planter, looking down. They won't be able to see him here. It's a very grimy spot. Electronic, come on now, you're 6-2 up. Do you need to play here? Is this where you got to be? Staring at his feet, he loves them. He's hungry for more. Only good for one. It's only the tag from Simple's off, but they are on the bomb. It's going to connect. Young's missed the spray, and oh no, NIP have won the round.
He just drew an outline around that defuser. To strike, Campus deep in middle, climbs all the way over. Oh boy, with the Molotov, they don't put it out again, and this time it costs them. Simple just backs out, goes back to B. These quick hits that have been working for the most part for NaVi. Smoked, but they don't care. They're going through. They flash their way. Popsky hits a headshot or two on the spray, and Roland stops Perfecto. What a beautiful hold.
This is perfect, man. NaVi, they tried to run it back. They tried to go for one of these, tried and tested B plays. They hoped that last round was a bit of an anomaly, so they figured they would test the waters again. Only amplified after they lost that man over in middle. And the results were not there. So that's now like 2 of these B rushes in a row. Rowan up at the front. Oh, does win that initial engagement. Bit on the receiving end of it. Electronic still left here outside of the bathrooms. There's a bit of a nasty surprise they might really be ready for, and they just dealt with Bit here. Nip aren't committed just yet. This bomb's still floating around middle. Oh, that one was for free. Electronic. Given one freebie, but then quickly pounced upon for the trade. Young's been waiting up here since the start of the round for them to hit the go button, and they're finally doing it. Perfecto moving in to join him. Young with the first. Perfecto, bit more damage, trying to get that reload off. Young cannot save his teammate, and S-Tag breaks them apart. It's a 1v1 now. S-Tag versus Simple, and Simple's running at the man at the truck side. It's S-Tag to close.
Dude, he looked like
playing in tandem with both Simple and Young.
Oh, run boost, Bit's got a turn. Miss flick. Oh, Bit, he's trapped. He gets one. Simple's got to play a box, though.
He wants to fight for this. Rez now arrives at the angle. Miss shot for Simple, and he will just concede. Giving up the long side. That's real estate Nip now have, but they don't want to use. Just knowing they've forced that AWP away, it's the information they've denied, not so much the ground they've gained that they're homing in on here. Gonna leave Rez to stay posted with the AWP. Once again, John King's rising up, walking through into the bathrooms.
Setup is nice, but it's dependent on that smoke. Without it, very open to short side. Young going to try and clear it manually. Flashed in, sees nothing, but they're so close again. He doesn't even realize. Flash back off. That's perfect for Nip. 20 seconds. It almost seemed like NaVi weren't convinced. Well, now they are committed behind the Molotov. Simple couple of shots can end the round, but it's only a tag. You're not going to get many more out of the barrel. Rez will pick him. Bomb drop. They need to pick it back up. The flank is there. Onto the truck. The plant is allowed. Perfecto not here in time. That was so close for NaVi.
Man, and it's so tempting to keep going, to try the 1v2. Would be risking it all, but here's Perfecto. Silent on the approach, trying to get up close. They're so near each other, they can't just play the trade game here. How is Perfecto meant to win this? He can't. Plopsky.
Yeah.
And then maybe you would say something back if the situation called for it. But the situation not calling for it. There is this short player, Electronic, pushed up deep. Will be on the receiving end of S-Tag out through the connector.
Big nade, but it's going to bounce bad. S-Tag drops into the water. NaVi pushing up and a man down. It's what Nip are waiting for. Perfecto won't go any further, it seems, although he's getting antsy. He's getting hungry. He still goes back to Monster to play safe. Young rotates out, and again, it's the doubt for NaVi. It's how Nip have gone quiet. They've lost so many rounds to these toilet plays. This is NaVi saving. They're hoping it's A, but now they realize it's not, and a 1-for-1 when already a man down means this one should be dusted. NaVi are going to run right down. They're still going to show their face in the sight, but Nip have got the plant.
Right where they want to be. Boost up for Simple. Gonna have this all. Oh, try to peek in, try to give you a reason. Bit's giving them that reason with a quick double. That was just meant to be the trade, but it's so much more. Bit doing all he can. Oh my god, he's so stressed. Now moving in, he knows the close angle's clear. He really knows it. Flash will slow him down on this push back into the site. Young's got the kit, but with Bit blowing out the water and Amper's fighting his equal in these head-to-heads, if not outshining him. So let's see what keeps up here. Simple needs something with this AWP. Thus far, no fights offered up. But they are coming. They are right around the corner. Nip are going to try and end this the way that they streak so many of these rounds together with this fast up-tempo A play. It might have opened up, but here's the rest of the push looking to come through. Simple with this AWP doing what he can. Good for the first.
A safer angle. They're still going to flash it. Oh, they missed the flash. Now Simple's on the angle. It's not gone well here for Nib. Meanwhile, Happens puts pressure on B, but he won't commit. As the monster smoke comes out, so does he. He leaves. Electronic waiting here all around. Gets his frag from the monster side and even escapes just past the barrel of Esatag. They're very split right now. 35 seconds.
And I guess the best option here is just to play it, right? They've given up a lot of ground over towards A, having to go back and get this bomb. Not going to leave them with a lot of time. So they need to go where everyone is outside of this B site. Going to try and come through Monster. That seems to be the game plan. Oh, Electronic with that swing. He's got the info. That was the bomb spotted. So NaVi are all starting to mobilize down towards lower. One kill in the right place could win this round for NaVi. Instead, Simple gone immediately. Rez taking it one step further. Bomb could still get denied, but with Bit falling over it short, this one's getting away from NaVi. Young, 1 versus 1 now. Just Rez left to find. Who bides his time down in the pit, but Young is moving in, is getting ever closer. And Rez wins the 1v1 to win it for NIP. A 2-1 victory over the NaVi boys. And Nip can hold their